Hello everybody, I thought I would start today by talking about my 2025 vision board. So this is actually the first video I'm filming in 2025, but you will have probably, if you subscribed, saw my video about my New Year's Eve get ready with me little vibes. But I wanted to do my 2025 vision board today just because like that I feel like is just a good way to start the year. That's how I want the year to go, and if I speak it out loud then I believe I'm going to manifest it, you know. So I have made a little slideshow which I hope I can somehow put into the YouTube video and have me talking at the same time. We'll see. I'm all new to this editing thing, so if the videos are also a bit naff, hopefully they will get better. But I just want to talk about the different things on it, how I'm going to aim to do them, because I do kind of have like a daily mantra or like things I want to do every day which hopefully will help me achieve the goals on my vision board. But some of them are also just vibes and things I want to do that don't really have a daily chore to them, if that makes sense. I'm sorry if you can hear the guinea pigs, by the way, they're just having a little run around. I thought I'd film using my headphones because I figured maybe you'd be able to hear me better with the headphones on because I'm sat further away from the camera. I don't really know, we'll see. I don't know how to make videos, I'm making up as I go, if that weren't already obvious. So yeah, let's get into the 2025 vision board. Okay, so hopefully you can see the vision board right now if I've managed to film this correctly. If not, I will have to film it a second time and figure it out, so we'll see. But anyway, here's my vision board. As you can see, lots of different things on it, from big achievements, places to travel. I've got some small achievements and just things I want to incorporate in my life and a bit of vibe and aesthetic. So I thought we would start with big achievements. So these are pretty simple, being a third year student and all. I want to get a first class degree. That is my main achievement that I want to do this year. And able to do this, I just think I need to incorporate doing more academic things every day. Like, I know it's a bit naff, not every day do you want to come home from work, because I also do have a pretty busy job alongside uni. Like, you don't want to necessarily get on with doing some more reading or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I know there's going to be days I'm not going to get that done, but I think a way to do that would be do more work harder, and you know, when you actually do have assessments, make sure that you're giving it your all. At the end of the day, I do that anyway, I know I do, but I'm gonna definitely do that this year because I think I'm on an average like 68 and I really want a 70, obviously, so I can get the first class degree. So that's gonna be my main big achievement I'm hoping to get this year. My second one would be to get accepted onto a master's course. So there you've got my little congratulations, you're in to an MSc in early prehistory and human origins, because if you don't know, I'm doing an archaeology degree. My master's is in Neanderthal, post-mortem, personal ornamentation and art practices across Europe, comparing them. So I want to continue with the prehistory and human origins vein. I love all things about human evolution. I love the science behind it, which is why I'm going to continue doing science. So I'm doing a science undergrad. I'm going to do a science postgrad as well. So that is my main goal. But to do that, I also need to do my master's fund, which, yeah, that's a lot of money I'm saving for right now. So I think I need like £7,500 by August, which I'm not going to talk about finances on the internet because I think that's inappropriate, but I am doing quite good at. Like, I'm doing very good saving. I've been saving for the last 2 years anyway in uni. Just going to continue with the savings. I have like a monthly amount I'm making sure I'm putting in my savings. Some months put more in because I know there's going to be some months where my wage is not as much, so I have got it all sorted, I do believe, and I'm pretty confident I'm going to do that. And the last thing for this year is just to pass my driving test. Like, I did some lessons in sixth form and I dropped out of them because, well, I did 11 lessons and I dropped out. I was just not in a position to learn, and I was trying to do manual at the time, which I definitely don't think was for me. So I'm going to try do my automatic test this year. Hopefully by the end of the year I will pass. So my main way I'm going to achieve that is by doing theory every day on my phone. I've got the app, I'm not sure what it is called, I will include it. in the screen somewhere if I remember. I'm gonna just make sure I'm doing some theory every day because I think that's where my anxiety around driving comes the most. Well, first of all, it was definitely driving the car, but if you do automatic, that takes a lot of that stress away. So I think it is just being confident on the road, which I was not at the time. But that was like nearly 5 years ago, 4 years ago now that I tried to drive, so I'm hoping the year 2025 will be the year I do actually learn to drive. Oh, and I didn't mention, they're completing the same to the Masters and getting onto the Masters course, I need to apply for the Masters course, and I think that includes a lot of like, kind of like resume, why do you think you're gonna do it, and also getting references. So maybe I'll make a video about trying to do that at some point, or maybe I won't. I don't really know how much of that you're supposed to tell other people about, so I'll figure it out, and I'm sure when I do apply and eventually do get on, because I will get on, I'll definitely talk about that. So yeah. Next, back to the board, I just wanted to do a little like, here's the board. The next thing on my list is places to travel. So on the screen here we have the British Museum and Edinburgh Castle. Now the British Museum's on my list. It's been on my list to go to for like 2 years, because me and my mum have gone to London maybe once a year for the last couple of years. Well, 2 years we've been down that way a couple of times, because we went to the Natural History Museum last year, well 2023, which was absolutely incredible. We spent like 8 hours in there, like it was just amazing. We went to Windsor Castle, which was also really good. We also went to the Tower of London, which is excellent. So I think the next step is definitely British Museum. I need to go. It's all about prehistory. It's the place to be, so I need to go there. That's on my to-do list this year. And the second picture is of Edinburgh Castle, if Google's told me the correct thing. Of course, I've never been to Edinburgh and I love a castle, so why not combine both? I think it would be really fun. I've never been to Scotland at all actually, and I would really like to go this year. There's lots of nice things to see in Edinburgh anyway. It's got the history vibes. I love history and archaeology. Do I need to say any more? Edinburgh Castle is where I want to go. I just want to visit more places that are history based, basically. Right, next one, small achievements. Now, these are a bit rogue, maybe. I wasn't really sure what to title this bit, but we got coffee on there. I just want to get good at latte art. Part of my job working in a kitchen is making coffees for people. I am a barista advocate at work, and that means I help people on my team and make sure that everyone is making the coffees and drinks in general right. But I've never really been very good at latte art. I'll include the picture if I remember to of the one time I made it look relatively cool. But like I said, the one time. So I really want to learn how to do latte art this year. I mean, from like a team leader perspective, I don't really care how pretty the coffee is as long as it tastes good and it gets out on time. But from like a creative perspective, I want it to look pretty, so we need to work on that. Now you're probably wondering, why is Carlisle and Esme Cullen on my mood board? And it's not just because I'm a Twilight obsessed person, it's because I think they represent the ideal couple to me. They're like just so in love, and on my mood board for this year is to fall deeper in love, which is really cringe when you say it out loud, but basically when you've been in a relationship for like nearly 7 years, I think you can become kind of complacent, like not unhappy in any way, shape or form, but you move in together for 2 years, you've been together for 7 in total. It's kind of like, where's the newness? Like, you know, and I'm not saying I'm any less in love, but I just think it's fun to consider like, where do you see your relationship in the future? If you want that person to be on your next year's mood board, you still need to maintain effort and show love and care in your relationship. And I think I do all those things, but maybe just prioritise it a little bit more. I don't know. That's not a diss on me or my partner at all. I just like the idea of being more in love, so that's on my mood board. Next thing, eco-friendly. Bit of a rogue one maybe. Sorry if you can hear the guinea pigs. I don't know why she's chosen now to chomp on the cage like that. Hold on. Anyway, no, eco-friendly is now also on my mood board for small achievements. I think I'm pretty eco-friendly overall. Like, I use a lot of organic products. I'm all about like simple bars of soap, not heavily fragrant things. I do lots of recycling. I consider my food waste. Like, I do all these things and I just want to continue doing that. Like, this January I'm gonna do vegetarian January. Like, I keep wanting to call it veganuary, but that would imply I'm not putting dairy milk in my tea, and I absolutely am, because I hate milk alternatives. So that's why I'm not doing veganuary. I also love cheese. Vegetarian January, I'm hoping I'm gonna try my best to kind of document what foods I'm eating, and also maybe a couple cooking videos, because I was vegetarian in first year of uni basically, except for Spam. We don't talk about Spam. She breaks my vegetarianism every time I try, and maybe if I really like it I will incorporate it more long term. Like, not being totally vegetarian I don't think is totally possible for me, because I'm just a person who does like meat, but I do eat meat only a few times a week anyway, but I just don't think I could go further without it at all. But we'll see how that works. But that's part of my vision board for the year, being eco-friendly. And mindful eating is on here as well. Now, this is kind of like, I'm sure so many people really relate to, which is just like wishing that you had a better relationship with food and your body and all these things. And I think I'm getting there. Like, I really truly believe that this will be the year that I can overcome a lot of those things. Like, I've worked so hard the last 5 years improving my relationship with food, and I just think this year is going to be the one. So that's on there. Benefits of mindful eating. I just want to be not thinking and stressing about that anymore, basically. The second to last topic, we've got small incorporations, things I just want to do more of this year. So not so much goals, but very much so small wins is kind of what I would call them. So we've got a little creative corner over here. Picture from Ghost. Now, that's just because it's sexy, if I'm honest, but also I have a clay kit that my mum got me like a year and a half, 2 years ago for Christmas or something, and I haven't used it yet, and I really want to this year, so that's partly on there for that specific thing. But generally, that and the paint palette just represents being more creative. I did art A-level and GCSEs. I do a lot of painting and drawing. I love colouring, anything like that. And I just think I don't do enough of it anymore because I'm so busy with work and uni. But then maybe that's an excuse. Maybe I should be more responsible for my time and find the time to do those things I enjoy. So that's on there. Part of my how I'm going to do this list is to colour before I go to bed, because I have a lot of colouring books. I got them for my birthday. What do you ask for your 21st birthday, Michaela? Colouring books. And yeah, why not? So that then links on that same daily mantra to colour or read before bed. So we can move on to my little reading book here, which very pretty aesthetic image, I must say. And that's just about reading more for fun. I do a lot of reading for uni, probably not as much as some lecturers might want, but I do a lot of reading, and I mean, for fun books, there's still usually period dramas or history related, if I'm honest, but that's just because that's what I'm interested in. So I just want to do more reading for fun. Like right now, at the minute, I'm going to be doing a lot of reading for my dissertation. I mean, I can see the books over there, like Paleolithic Origins of Human Burial, The Smart Neanderthal, Kindred, Neanderthal, Life, Love, Death and Art. All very interesting books to me, and I'm not going to pretend I will enjoy to read them. But you could also read Twilight again, just saying, and that would be fun. Positive and happiness is on here, hence the cat who's smiling, the meme. I love the little cat, he's so cute. But that's just, I want to be a positive, happy person next year. And the way that I'm going to do that is just by doing nice things for somebody else every day, I hope. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Or like, I want to manifest positiveness, hence the water lily. And to do that, I think you have to do nice things, put nice things into the world, and that will reflect on you as a person. And the boss lady there and the little bicep, purposely there because one, I just want to be on top, hence being a boss lady. I'm going to boss the year. I'm going to definitely achieve all these things, and I don't think you can do that unless you truly believe you're a boss lady. The little muscle, just about exercise and such. Everyone says they're going to get into exercise in 2025. I would say I am already into exercise, and I just want to continue going to the gym and doing those things which make me feel strong and badass, basically. Oh, my daily task, daily intentional movements, which is a really weird way to say it, but I didn't want to guarantee exercise because I did actually try to do like a 75 soft in the summer, but I gave up after like 35 days. Like I did do a full month of it, not necessarily successfully, but I don't enjoy the rigidity of being like, I'm going to drink this much water, eat this many calories, although I do calorie counting sometimes. As soon as it's not fun though, I quit and then I might go back to it later in life. But that's just me. Or like, I'm going to do this many steps a day. Like, I just feel like that sets you up for disappointment because it's very hard to get it so perfect every time. And I just don't think I've got that in me. So the idea of just intentional movement feels a lot more manageable, and it just says, yeah, you've been at work all day on your feet, but you could do some yoga this evening or some stretches, or you might have sat around all day because you're doing a lot of uni work, so you could go for a walk to the shop, or you know, if you've got time, go to the gym. Not for a set amount of time or a number of times that week, but just to know you've made the effort at some point, which I think is a more positive way of thinking for me. And now you might be like, Michaela, why is there a picnic basket? That's just because I want to picnic more. That's one of my incorporations in 2025, to picnic more. Me and Jack used to picnic quite a lot in the summer, and I did in first year by myself. Mostly was just blanket, cider and a book, but that to me was solid. So yeah, I just want to picnic more this year. I don't know how I'm going to do that or when, because if the weather's bad, it's not really picnicking weather, but maybe I just need to get more creative about it. You know, come back to Creative Corner. How are we going to incorporate these things? Okay, so our last one, really simple, vibes and aesthetics. I feel like you would not be making a vision board without a vibe and aesthetic in mind. Just some little pictures in the corner. Whimsy goth vibes is what I want to bring into 2025. I mean, I think I do kind of have them already in some of my clothing choices and my decoration choices in my house. So sun and moon and stars kind of represent that, but they also represent on my daily mantra list, like, to enjoy the outdoors more, because I just don't think I appreciate outside enough, other than when I'm drunk and walk home by myself in the dark and I'm like, wow, the stars are so pretty tonight. I don't think I appreciate it enough, so that's what the sun, moon and stars are also on there for. But I also just think the whimsy goth vibes to me, now I could be misinterpreting them, someone else can obviously have a totally different interpretation. They might just purely think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I'm not opposed to either. But just appreciation of like the natural world. To me, it's like when we think about the witchy vibes of 90s whimsy goth films, like Charmed TV show, obviously, The Craft, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, it just to me represents like girlhood and girl power, and that to me is, again, just brings back to girl boss. So full circle, I guess. And the water lily, she's back again. I just really want to push through manifestations, and she also represents spirituality, which I'm not saying I'm like a mega spiritual person, maybe a bit superstitious on times and occasions, but it just is about intention and positive thought, and I do truly believe that what you put out there is what you get, and I really want to keep that in mind in the way of my attitude and my choices this year. So now the lyrics. Obviously Chapel Roan's Hot to Go right there. That to me is sexy, fun and energised, and again, how I want to be in 2025. I got a Big Thief lyric there. You're all caught up inside, but you know the way. That's from the song Mythological Beauty, by the way. If you've not listened to it, listen to it. It's a tune. But I am someone who gets overwhelmed a lot, hence you're all caught up inside, and I get anxious, and as my mum would say, I get in a tiz, and I just don't want to let the tiz distract me from the fact that I'm making the right decisions. I should trust in the effort I'm doing, and if I have days where I slack in a way, it's not the end of the world. Like, yeah, you're overwhelmed today, but tomorrow you've still got it that you had yesterday. And I've got two Paramore lyrics. I cannot find where the first one, See and Believe, is from. I spent like 20 minutes looking through their song lyrics and I can't find where I got that from, but I know it's Paramore. And the second one, This Is Your Night So Smile, is from the song Fences. Again, tune, go listen to it. But This Is Your Night So Smile is just about like this year is the year that you're gonna get this shit done. This is your year, not your night. This is your year. So smile, like, be happy with what you do. And also, I think it just reminds me that even if I don't necessarily complete everything to the extent that I want, I should still be proud of myself. Like, you're still trying, and that's what counts. And see and believe, very similar kind of vibes, but just believe in yourself. You will see the rewards for the hard work you put in. So that's what I want the songs to represent, I guess. I think that's like everything for my little vision board for the year. I'll put it back on the screen so you can have another look over it. If you want any suggestions on how to make vision boards, just like Google it. That's all I did. I just put what to put on a vision board into Google, and it was things like song lyrics, vibes, pictures of places you want to go or things you want to achieve. Things can be also abstract, like if it's just something you like, just stick it on there because you want to bring it into the next year. Yeah, well, thank you for listening to me flap on about my 2025 vision board. I hope it inspires you to make one for yourself and consider what it is that you want to achieve this year. If it doesn't, I also just hope you enjoyed me rambling. Or maybe you didn't, and that's alright too, because I'm not necessarily making the videos for you. I'm doing it for me, for a bit of fun and creativity. Hence, Creative Corner. This is the Creative Corner now. So yeah, thanks for watching, if you did watch all the way through. If not, that's cool as well. Fingers crossed the vision board comes to life. Maybe I'll do a review later in the year that's like, did you do it, did you not? We'll see. But yeah, thank you.